I've been using FabFilter Pro-Q3 for over 5 years now. It's been my go-to for every mixes I do, but last month I discovered something that made me question that $200 purchase. This free plugin, ZL Equalizer 2, has features that Pro-Q doesn't even have. And no, this isn't clickbait. By the end of this video, you will understand why this might be the only EQ you need. Look at this interface. I mean, it is clean, modern, resizable, and it's got 24 bands, multiple filter types, and slopes up to 96 dB per octave. But here is where it gets interesting. Per band dynamic EQ with attack, release, knee, and automatic threshold learning for free. Let me show you what that actually means for your mixes. Search best free EQ on YouTube right now and you will see the same plugin recommended for years. TDR Nova, great, but the interface scares beginners. ME Equalizer, good, but no dynamic EQ. Stock EQs, functional, but they are limited. And here is what nobody is talking about. ZL Equalizer 2 isn't just good for a free plugin. It is using 64-bit float processing and decramped filters. That means even at extreme settings like this, the filter behavior stays clean. This is mastering grade engineering for $0. Now watch this vocal. There is a harsh resonance around 3.5 kHz that jumps out only on certain words.
When the sun goes down,
With a static EQ, I would have to cut the whole frequency and lose presence. But with ZL's dynamic EQ, it only activates when the problem occurs. Attack at 10 milliseconds, release at 100 milliseconds. The vocal stays present but never harsh.
When the sun goes down, 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 when the sun goes down.
This is the same algorithm approach used in FabFilter, but ZL adds something Pro-Q doesn't have: relative dynamics. This maintains the natural envelope of the sound while controlling peaks. I haven't seen this on any other free plugins, but let me know if it is existing on anyone that I don't know about in the comments. I mean, this is wild. Enable collision detection and the EQ shows you exactly which frequencies are masking between two sources. I can see that my kick and bass are fighting at 80 Hz. One click and I can create a dynamic cut that ducks that bass only when the kick hits. FFT Freeze lets me capture the spectral fingerprint of a reference track and compare it to my mix. I mean, in real time. This is mastering engineering territory and it is built into a free plugin. So these are actually the things that made me feel like, how on earth is this plugin given out by the developer for free? Enough talking, let me mix this vocal from scratch using ZL Equalizer 2. This is a raw vocal recording.
I know, things gonna be better. I know.
No processing yet. First, high pass at 172 Hz, depending on your vocal type, and listen to how much mod disappears.
I know, things gonna be better. I know, things gonna be better. I know, things gonna be better. Things gonna be better.
There is some boxiness that comes and goes. Dynamic cut, threshold at -30 dB, 3 dB reduction max. I think that takes care of that.
Things gonna be better. I know, things gonna be better. I know, things gonna be better. I know, things gonna be better.
High shelf at 4 kHz for air. But here is the trick. I'm using the tilt feature to simultaneously cut lows as I boost highs, and that maintains perceived loudness.
Things gonna be better. I know things gon' 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 be better.
Finally, the easing at 8 kHz. Look at the waveform. The S's are transparently controlled without lip-sync.
I know things gon' be better. I know things gon' be better. I know things gon' be better. I know things gon' be better.
And that is a professional vocal chain at $0. Now, let me show you the drum bus next. Drum bus processing is where this plugin really shines. I'm using 3 instances in series. Yes, it is that CPU efficient. First, a dynamic low shelf at 100 Hz. This acts like a multiband compressor for the kick, tightening the low end without killing the thumb. Second, a narrow boost at around 2 kHz with saturation. But hold on, saturation, you might ask? Yes, ZL EQ has a subtle harmonic enhancement when you push the gain. It's not just advertised, but listen to how the snare cuts through the mix. Third, a gentle high shelf cut to tame cymbals with a classic phase mode for that analog vibe. Now, for mastering, I'm using the mid-side mode. Look at this, I can EQ the center and sides independently, and I'm cutting around 200 Hz in the side to reduce muddiness in the stereo field, while boosting 120 kHz in the mids for vocal presence. The phase modes are crucial here. Zero latency for tracking, linear phase for mastering with perfect phase response, and classic for that analog filter character. So, does ZL Equalizer 2 actually replace FabFilter Pro-Q 3? The dynamic EQ is more flexible and the analyzer is just accurate in my own opinion, and the CPU usage is as bare minimum, very low. What Pro-Q has that ZL Equalizer doesn't? The Pro-Q has better preset management, more filter shapes, and the brick wall that is low-pass, high-pass filters. But here is the thing. ZL is open source. These features are being added. The developer is active. They are constantly updating it. So if you're a beginner, I would advise to start here. If you're a pro looking for a backup secondary EQ, I would advise to download this today. If you are deep in the FabFilter ecosystem, maybe you just have to wait, but definitely keep an eye on ZL Equalizer. Download link is in the pinned comment and description. If this video saved you $200, drop a like. Comment below with what plugin I should review next, free or paid. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Share your honest thoughts in the comments below. Watch this video on the screen right now. It is a playlist comprising of all the free plugins I've covered on this channel. Go through them and see the one you might be interested in. I will see you guys there. And as always, stay creative, stay focused, and bye for now.